You know, shift happens, and boy, I hate when shift happens. I really like it when it happens in my transmission. But I'll tell you what, I was a guy who had a transmission problem before. It was bad. You know what I did? I went and saw Bill at Get It in Gear Transmissions, and he took care of me like none other. If you have transmission problems, they do clutches, differentials, and transfer cases. Give them a call, 855-0161, HavasuTrans.com. These are the Get It in Gear Transmission Street stocks. Bobby Kearns leading, the champ is leading points going into today's main event. He's leading Garrett Reynoso in the 76 by 3 points, leading Gavin Busey by 10. He's leading Tyler Savage by 14. Here is how the grid starts. Brent DeLay in a new car back with us. 28. Robin Galati is going to start 6th in the 3. Reynoso in the 76 starts 5th. Tyler Savage in the 11 will start 4th. William Guevara in the 55 starts 3rd. Your front row, you folks should know these. Havasu 95 Speedway, you watched these two last year battle it out. It was the Gavin Busey and Bobby Kearns show right up until the end. Bobby Kearns ended up winning the championship. Busey has a new car this season. He's ready to rock and roll. Busey on the outside. Bobby Kearns on the pole position. Turn 4. The chickens are excited. Punch that chicken and let's go street stock racing. Kearns, the early lead, pulls out a bit. He was feeling confident with that car when I talked to him earlier. Whoa, Tyler Savage got the 11 really upset coming out of 4 up on the curb in that Premier Golf Cart sponsored machine. Busey in the Jack's Car Quest Auto Parts car. The Silver Bullet with the new decals on it. Nice looking ride. I like what they did with that. I think that was BP Concepts, Brandon Preston taking care of the graphics on that car, and a few others as well. So a lot less bumping and banging than we saw in the trophy dash. Again, they were told in the drivers' meeting before today's race, hey, don't be bumping and banging on each other like you have been. Look at Savage trying to get underneath Busey going into 3. Savage likes to dive his 11 right in. It dives quite well. And now Reynoso trying to get around Guevara. That's for 4th. Bobby Kearns loving how the 86 is running tonight. Only 5 laps in, you can see that car handling quite well this evening here at Havasu 95 Speedway in our Get It in Gear Street Stock main event. Hello to all the folks online watching as well. We're glad you are tuned in watching the action here on a Saturday night from Lake Havasu City, Arizona, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for tuning in to Havasu Online TV. So Savage got underneath, got past Busey. Now does he have anything for Kearns? Kearns is almost to the 3 of Robin Galati. Now Galati going to move up to the top of the back straightaway. Kearns going to come down underneath. Now, does Galati stay up on the top, or does Robin come down a little bit? Going to keep it right there on the upper groove there, as Savage now going to come underneath. And Busey with the Silver Bullet trying to find a little bit of drive in that car, see if he's going to come to him here as the laps wear on. Bobby Kearns said, you know, I need a good points night tonight. I got a little bit of a lead. If I can have a good points night, that will do me some justice going into next weekend's event. Again, next weekend, the Street Stocks crown their champion. Is Bobby Kearns going to repeat as the champion? Is he going to go back-to-back? Are we going to be able to call him two-time after next weekend? You should be here and find out. Again, gates open at 5. Racing starts at 7. Don't get here late for the show for sure. Again, big thanks to Printing Plus for sponsoring tonight's race activities. Thank you so much for all your printing needs. You do want to give them a call at Printing Plus. They've also expanded into custom tees. Give them a call, 855-PLUS. That is 855-PLUS, printingpluslhc.com. So Tyler Savage looks like he's starting to catch Bobby Kearns by a little bit each lap as I'm watching times. And again, that's about the third lap that Kearns has ran slower than Savage. Savage now to the back bumper of our leader. So now do we see a push move like we've seen this season already from the 11? Do they listen to what they heard at the driver's meeting and keep it nice and clean? Because, I mean, generally the rule is if you're fast enough to catch me, you should be fast enough to pass me. Because if you're fast enough to hit me, then you should be able to go around me. I don't know if that Einstein came up with that or not. There's probably some equation that I'm not familiar with. I know it's not Pythagorean theorem. I can tell you that much. I don't know if good old Euclid knew what he was talking about back there, but probably not. I don't think Euclid ever ran street stocks. Yeah, he ran the streets, but not the street stocks, yes. Now Savage, the 11 was loose on the bottom. Whoa, had to check it up. And it's almost like now he can almost run over the 86. Now is he going to pick the 86 with the 28 of delay? Let's see what happens. Again, this is a 35-lap feature tonight. About 13 to go. 12 once they get here. Kearns still on the bottom now. See, Savage has moved his line a little higher. Last couple of times by, Kearns has been a tick quicker. That time by, leader ran a 17.155. Savage ran a 17.072. So it's about as neck and neck and as close as you can get it right now. It is up to the drivers. Seems like those cars are as well as each of them would like to be set up. And now at the back, you got Reynoso trying to get around Busey. It almost looks like they're doing one of those trailer races. Reynoso just getting held up tonight. Wow, and then he got stuck behind the 4. That is the battle for third. Now Savage got loose there in the middle of 1 and 2. Now Busey shuts the door on Reynoso. Wow, what a move on Gavin Busey's part. Came right down and said, I don't think so, young man. Busey, you better watch out. That is the archery champion of Arizona right there for the kids. 2 years running, I believe. And don't count out William Guevara in the 55. Now they're playing bumper cars again, going out of turn number 2. Still a good battle at the lead as Savage can get there. Now Savage got up into the back bumper of Kearns right there. How was that enough? No, Kearns shuts the door as they go into 3. Savage bumping on the back door again. And Savage again. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Kearns pays him back for that. Because, again, we've seen this before. He can get to him, and then he's got to push him out of the way. The battle for third is stretched to about a car length between those 3, but then they suck it right back up. Kearns still on the high side coming out of 2. Savage on the bottom. Whoa, Reynoso just about into the back of the 4 of Busey. Now Savage and Kearns up neck and neck. Now Savage was trying to dirt track the 11. Broke traction, slid in the middle of 1 and 2. Door handle to door handle just about as they come out of 4. These are your leaders. Going into 1, Kearns on the high side, rolling the 86. Savage on the bottom. As the leaders come to the line, they will have 2 more laps to figure this out. Now, does Kearns pay him back for pushing him over a little early? Should see the white flag now for the Getting Gear Street Stocks. Tyler Savage with about a car length lead. And something happened to the 4, not quite sure what, but the 11 of Tyler Savage is going to win this thing. Bobby Kearns going to be second. Looks like Reynoso coming into 3 there in the middle of 3 and 4. That is going to be third. William Guevara in the 55, 4th. And Busey coming home in 5th place for the Silver 4 right there. Boy, the Silver Bullet, rough night. Ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy that main event? Were you entertained? Yes, indeed. That's what we do. We still have 2 big main events coming up. Don't go anywhere. Oh, yes, indeed. You got about 2 minutes to get your 50-50 tickets. The 50-50 numbers will be drawn at the start of the late model main event. And I'll send it trackside. Mr. Bill Rosa on talk with our feature winner.
Yeah. Tyler, that looked like that was a lot of fun, man.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I got to thank my sponsors, really. I got to thank G&G Automotive. Without them, I would be out here. I got to thank my engine builder, Bill's Custom Engines. I got to thank Tri-State Equipment Rentals, Sundance Country Mobile, Max's Texaco, and Premier Golf Cars. And I really want to thank the fans for coming out. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. And I really want to thank Getting Gear for sponsoring the class, even though he's not here today. But I want to thank my family for coming out. They came all the way from Prescott, like I said earlier. And thanks to my wife. Without her, I wouldn't be able to do this. All her support. She's amazing. Thanks, Bill.
You know, these guys, every one of these guys, when they interview them, these guys are panting and puffing or sweating or beat up like they've been in a 500-mile race.
Yeah, and it comes down to 11 minutes. It's you're like in the car racing. If it goes green, it's like 11 or 12 minutes, but you feel like you've been working all day for it. It's one of the most intense things that I've ever done. So yeah, Bobby really made me work for it. I got into him earlier in the race, and I backed off, let him gather it up because I didn't want to pass him that way. So thanks to him for a good race.
Well, that was good stuff. That was good racing.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. I appreciate it.
Okay, guys, we got late models, late model championship coming up. And then we got the tough trucks. So who's here for the tough trucks? Okay. Who's here for the late models? Okay. Who's here for the bandos? Looks like you guys are here for all the races, huh?
Now, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there was a bit of a shakeup in the street stocks points. It is so close. You want to be here next weekend. I can't say this enough. April 1st, gates open at 5 p.m. Racing starts at 7. The Get It in Gear Street Stock Championship is going to be a good one. Sam Nickel Factory Stocks will be here as well. The Flowers Assisted Living Team Factory Championship as well that night. And the second of our Tough Truck competitions next Saturday night. If you enjoyed that,